5 years. That's how long Daniel had avoided the quiet street at the edge of town. The one where the woman he once called his everything still lived. The same woman he had left, not because he stopped loving her, but because he thought she deserved more than the man he used to be. Now, standing outside her small, fading house in his sleek black car, a millionaire with every luxury money could buy, he felt poorer than ever. One visit. That's all he wanted. To return something she had forgotten, something that still carried her name inside his wallet. But when their eyes met after 5 long years, it wasn't words that broke the silence. It was a gesture, one that would shatter everything between them and heal what was once lost. Daniel Hale was once an ordinary man with extraordinary dreams. Back then, he and Lily shared more laughter than money, more love than comfort. They built a life from scratch, a tiny apartment with peeling walls but hearts full of warmth. She was his light, his calm in the chaos. And when the world was cruel, she believed in him. But somewhere along the way, Daniel started believing that love alone wasn't enough. It began when his business started collapsing. Investors backed out. Loans piled up. He saw the worry in Lily's eyes, the exhaustion after her double shifts at the diner, the way she still smiled and said, "We'll make it, Danny." Together. But the more she believed in him, the more he hated himself for failing her. Every unpaid bill felt like proof that he wasn't the man she married. He started avoiding her eyes, her gentle touch, her endless faith. Then came the night everything changed. Daniel, drowning in self-doubt, told her he was leaving. He said she deserved better. A man who could give her the life she dreamed of. She begged him not to go, her voice trembling as she said, "I don't want your money, I just want you." But pride has a cruel way of sounding like reason. He walked out with a broken heart, convincing himself it was for her good. 5 years later, Daniel was unrecognizable. The same man who once borrowed $20 for groceries was now a self-made millionaire. He built a business empire from nothing, driven by pain and the desire to prove himself. His face appeared in magazines, his name spoken in boardrooms, yet every night, when the cameras were off and the noise faded, loneliness crept in. The mansion felt too large, the silence too heavy. One evening, as he prepared for another meaningless charity gala, his assistant handed him a small box found in one of his old storage units. Inside was a silver pendant, Lily's, shaped like a crescent moon. He remembered the day he bought it, right before their first anniversary. The sight of it tore open old wounds. Without thinking, Daniel canceled his meetings, got in his car, and drove 3 hours to the town he swore he'd never return to. The streets hadn't changed much. Kids still played on the sidewalks, and old Mrs. Dobbins still sat by her porch knitting. But Lily's house looked different, smaller somehow, older, lonelier. There were cracks on the paint, flowers dying by the porch. He parked across the street, his heart pounding. He sat there for nearly 20 minutes, rehearsing what to say, but every word felt too late. Then, as if fate itself couldn't wait, the front door opened. Lily stepped out. She wore a simple blue dress, her hair tied up, her hands stained with soil from gardening. Time had touched her gently. She looked the same, only quieter, like someone who had learned to live with silence. Daniel's chest tightened. She didn't see him at first, not until he called her name. When she turned, the world stilled. 5 years of unspoken pain filled the air between them. No words, no greetings, just two souls realizing how much time had stolen. "Daniel," she whispered, disbelief trembling in her voice. He nodded, forcing a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Hey, Lily." Her face stayed calm, polite even, but her hands fidgeted nervously. "What are you doing here?" He held up the small box. "I found this. Thought you might want it back." For a moment, she said nothing, just stared at the pendant. Then she took it, her fingers brushing his, a touch so familiar, it almost broke him. "You kept it all this time." "Couldn't throw it away," he admitted softly. The silence that followed carried every word they hadn't said in years. He wanted to apologize, to explain, to tell her he'd trade all his wealth for one more day with her. But her eyes, those kind, guarded eyes, told him she wasn't ready to hear it. Still, she invited him in. The house smelled of coffee and cinnamon, just like it used to. A few family photos hung on the wall, her with her students from the elementary school where she taught now. But none with him. That absence felt louder than any argument. The next morning, Daniel didn't return to his city. Instead, he checked into a small inn near Lily's neighborhood. Something in her eyes last night, The quiet sadness, the polite distance, told him she wasn't fine, no matter how strong she appeared. He wanted to help, but not with words. Words had failed him once before. This time he would speak differently. He spent the next few days walking around town, revisiting old memories. The diner where she used to work was now nearly empty, its owner complaining about shutting down soon. He learned from locals that Lily had been struggling to keep her home. The roof leaked and she had refused help from anyone. That was just like her, too proud to ask, too kind to burden others. So Daniel made a decision, quietly. Without her knowing, he contacted the bank, paid off her remaining mortgage, and arranged for the roof to be repaired. When the workers showed up, they told her it was a community donation. She didn't know he was behind it. He watched from afar as she stepped outside, confused but grateful. She smiled, that same radiant smile that used to light up his darkest days. Seeing it again was like breathing after years underwater. But he didn't stop there. He anonymously donated a large amount to the local school, funding new books and computers, insisting it be in Lily's name. When she found out, she was overwhelmed. Still, she had no idea who had done it. One evening, as rain poured over the town,